What's up everybody, Anime X here, and today we'll be continuing from where we left off in last week's video. If you follow me on any of my social media platforms, which will be linked in the description below, you would have seen that I released a printed version of my schedule and a few pictures of my recording and editing setup. And you may have voted on some of the polls that I set up on Instagram, Twitter, and my Amino that were just to get you guys' thoughts on the outcome of the fights between, my guy and Kakashi. And it came back overwhelmingly in favor of Kakashi. But my video, especially the next segment in particular, might just change your mind on that. So if you're interested in that, stick around. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, in case you guys didn't watch the part 1 of this video, I'll have it linked up in the top right hand corner right now, and it will also be linked down in the description below. Although it isn't absolutely necessary to have watched part 1 of the video for you to understand what this versus battle is happening, I would appreciate it greatly, and it would help you understand some of the previous scaling that I've done. But in case you didn't know what two matchups will be left, I'll be talking about War Art Kakashi versus 7th Gate Guy, and dual Mangekyo Sharingan Kakashi versus 8th Gate Guy. So now it's time to scale the beast that is War Art Kakashi. The first thing that I want you guys to understand is that War Art Kakashi is a completely different beast when compared to previous versions of Kakashi. For example, his greatest weakness in the series before was his really low chakra reserves and low stamina. Well, he doesn't have that problem in the War Arc, because in this war, he fights for about 48 hours straight with his opponents being the 7 Swordsmen of the Mist, 6 Jinchuriki, Obito, Madara, and Kaguya, some of the top tiers in the verse, and throughout this time, he uses Lightning Blade multiple times, uses the Shadow and Lightning Clone Jutsu multiple times, and even uses Kamui 5 times without showing much sign of fatigue or chakra drain. Kakashi's comboing accuracy, speed, and power have all greatly increased during the war. He even had enough confidence in his ability to say that he would be able to combo away all 6 of the Bijou bombs in exchange for his life. Although he had been fighting for a long time before this, and he probably didn't have all of his chakra. Obviously, he'd been spamming Lightning Blade and combo multiple times before that. So he probably would have been able to combo away all of it without giving his life up if he had full chakra. He was also a key part in fighting against Obito, like I said, one of the top tiers in the verse. At this point, Kakashi is able to fight and perceive Obito's movements without much trouble. The same Obito that was fighting on par with KCM2 Naruto, who is faster than light due to him being faster than the 4th Hokage, who was stated to be able to move at the speed of light. While that is a little convoluted, Kakashi would scale to be similar to the Raikage in terms of reaction speed and in terms of combat speed, which would make him, like I said, the speed of light. This would make Kakashi over 3,000 times faster than any other previous forms of Kakashi. And while he doesn't have many attack potency feats, you could scale his comboing potency to be scaled to mountain level plus due to him being able to combo away Bijou bombs. He would also be able to do this mountain level defense or attack multiple times. So Kakashi is an absolute beast when you compare him to any previous forms of himself. And speaking of beasts, it's time to start scaling the blue beast of the leaf. Just like Kakashi, this form of guy just makes all the previous versions of himself look weak in comparison. To put into perspective how much difference the 7th gate is from the 6th gate, in the 6th gate, Guy was only able to be a 30% clone of Kisame, just barely. While in the 7th gate, Guy completely obliterated Kisame with little to no difficulty. His showings against Kisame are actually quite impressive considering how powerful Kisame is. Kisame was able to demolish a version 2B, who was the 8-tailed Jinchuriki and the second most powerful Jinchuriki in the Narutoverse. This would make Kisame a light speed level fighter for 2 reasons. 1, because B would have to be relative to the Raikage in terms of speed and strength in order to perform the double lariat with him. which would make B a light speed level fighter right off the bat, and Kisame absolutely demolished him in their fight. The second reason would be that B was able to react to Minato, the yellow flash of the leaf, the dude who had a warning saying if you see him run away. He was able to defend himself and the Raikage on multiple occasions. He was able to avoid lethal blows for both himself and the Raikage from Minato, and Kisame demolished that B, just completely defeated him and beat him really badly. And then 7th Gate Guy demolishes Kisame with no difficulty. This will put him at massively faster than light speeds, and in terms of attack potency, he should range from large mountain level plus to small island level, based on his Hiradura on the lower ends almost killing Kisame, who can take out mountain level fighters in being the tailed beast without a tail, and his Hiradura taking down Madara's perfect Susanoo, which is stated to be, by Madara, to be Bijou level. And on the higher end, he was able to shake and threaten the integrity of the Turtle Island, although it was extremely far away. In the 7th Gate, Guy does have semi-decent stamina, although he is in pain during and after the activation of this gate. So, just to quickly recap Guy's abilities, he is massively faster than light in terms of speed, and is large mountain level to small island level in terms of attack potency. And for his techniques, he has the primary Hidden Lotus and a Sakujaku, and finally the Hiradura, which is, as he says it, a plain old super punch. And now that I've scaled the blue beast of the leaf, it's time to pit him up against Kakashi, the copy ninja. This was probably the hardest version of these two characters that I had to scale, because not only in power scaling, but in the narrative in the series, it's these two forms that are shown to be true rivals and near equals. Although, even after saying this, it pains me, but I would have to say that Guy takes it with extremely high difficulty and wins a majority of the time, due to the slight edges that he has in speed and attack potency. Well, I say slight, but he does have quite a bit of advantage in speed and quite a bit of an advantage if you highball him in attack potency. Although, as I mentioned earlier, he takes it with extremely high difficulty. Part of the reason that this battle is so hard to scale is because Kakashi has a lot more stamina than any previous forms of himself. So you can't really use that argument against him. In fact, his stamina is almost irrelevant when you're talking about the versus battle, and you need to really just scale his comboing ability and his tactics. The main way that Guy could take this fight is by barraging him with a Sakujaku to wear down Kakashi's stamina and comboing ability, and then try to finish off the fight with a full power Hiradura. To go into a little more detail of how I see this fight going, I believe that Guy would rush at Kakashi from the start of the fight, putting Kakashi on the back foot and on the defensive for a majority of the fight, using all of his techniques and tactics and clone and lightning clone jutsu to defend himself. My Guy would eventually think that he has Kakashi on the ropes and would probably launch a Hiradura to finish it. And this is where Kakashi changes the tempo of the fight a little bit, putting Might Guy onto the back foot by comboing away the Hiradura, basically just showing Guy that he can destroy and get rid of his most powerful attack. This puts him on the defensive, and more in a mental state than a physical state, because he's worried that, wow, my most powerful super punch isn't enough to stop him. So this is where I see him launching a Sakujaku to wear down Kakashi, and basically it tests and gauge the waters of how much chakra Kakashi has left. This would make Kakashi waste all of his chakra comboing away those attacks, and this is where Guy would eventually launch the finishing Hiradura, as I said a little bit earlier in the video. That's it for the first match of this video. Now it's time to scale dual Mangekyo Sharingan Kakashi. When Kakashi gets the second Mangekyo Sharingan, he has the complete set of Mangekyo and set of Kamui. He has both the long and short range version of Kamui, which would increase his power by quite a bit on its own. Actually quite significantly just based on that. But that's not everything that he gets. The second Mangekyo actually gives him the perfect Susanoo. Let me reiterate that. The second Mangekyo, without any, background, gives him the perfect Susanoo, even without having to go through all of the other stages of Susanoo transformation. And if that's not enough for you, he also gets a speed buff that gives him the ability to tag Kaguya. And if having a perfect Susanoo like a Kamui wasn't enough for you guys, he also has Kamui Shuriken. Like, what was Kishimoto thinking when he was giving Kakashi all of these abilities? I don't understand it. So Kakashi now has a Susanoo like a Kamui, and also has projectiles that upon contact instantly teleport you away into the Kamui dimension. Yeah, that's not overpowered. Sure. Dual Mangekyo Sharingan Kakashi is an absolute monster. Period. He is one of the top tiers in the verse with 2 Mangekyo Sharingan. In terms of speed, he is massively faster than light, and in terms of attack potency, he should be around small planet level because he is shown to be able to damage Kaguya. So after these feats and abilities, I think it's time to scale Guy just to see how powerful he truly is. When Guy opens the 8th gate, he unleashes a crazy amount of physical power and physical aura. He is shown to be orders of magnitude stronger than his previous forms in the 7th gate. Because Madara thought that he was attempting to fight him in the 7th gate, he thought this was an insult to his power and to his abilities. He said that he should jump straight to the 8th gate if he wanted to fight him seriously. And when Guy did jump into the 8th gate, he has the ability to perform the Sekizo, which is a taijutsu technique where he barrages the opponent with some super powerful air punches and kicks that keep the opponent trapped in a certain area so that the next step can be performed. This is shown to somewhat damage Madara, but not do anything serious in terms of long-term damage, and definitely not finish him. Guy said that the pain when opening the gate was excruciating, and his bones were breaking just by opening the gate of death, being the 8th gate. In terms of speed, my Guy is massively faster than light, although this is to a much higher degree than before, and in terms of attack potency, he should be ranging from multi-continental level to moon level. Because his Night Guy attack almost killed Madara, in his own words. He also was able to kick through the, that big old tree. One thing that I've heard that I want to debunk in this statement is that 8th gate Guy could beat Jubi Madara, which is just straight up wrong, because when he did fight Madara for the first time, he lost. And this was with the help of Minato, Gaara, and Kakashi keeping him from getting killed and helping him hit Madara. And on top of that, Madara wasn't trying that hard. And in fact, Madara let Guy charge up his most powerful attack and then dared him to hit him with it. He was like, come on, do it. You won't. And then 8th gate Guy still wasn't powerful enough to beat Jubi Madara. So no, 8th gate Guy isn't powerful enough to beat Jubi Madara. He isn't as powerful as Jubi Madara. But even after saying this, my Guy in the 8th gate is still a force to be reckoned with. And now I think it's time to pit the Red Beast of the Leaf against Kakashi of the Sharingan. To pit them against each other. Now, for all of you guys that made it this far in the video, I would just like to thank you guys. And for all the Might Guy fanboys out there, it pains me to say this. It always does pain me to say it when someone gets stomped, but dual Mangekyo Sharingan Kakashi stomps Guy with very little difficulty. With barely any difficulty. With no difficulty whatsoever, I could say. In terms of speed, Kakashi is faster. In terms of attack potency, he's stronger. And he has more diverse and hacks-like moveset. Kakashi would not be hit by any of Guy's attacks because he now has a full set of Mangekyo with Kamui, which he wouldn't be able to be hit. He's faster than him, and he also has a perfect Susanoo to boot. He would also be able to tag Guy with his Kamui Shuriken, ending the fight right then and there. Even if you took away the time limit for the 8th gate and said he had infinite time and he could use infinite amount of Sekizo and Night Guys, he still wouldn't be able to do anything to Kakashi. If Kakashi wanted to, he could get into his full body Susanoo, launch a Chidori at him, and Guy wouldn't be able to combat that at all. Guy has nothing that would be able to protect him from that. Now, that being said, I think it's time to close out the video. Once again, I would just like to thank all of you guys that made it this far. If you guys liked the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that you're alerted to all of my videos. Links to my social media will be down below. So, as always, this is Anime X, signing off.